Yo, it's the stock market recap where I teach you how to use technical analysis. So let's go to these charts, check out how the market performed, and if we can get any insight for what can happen next week. Make sure you check out the merch on the website. Go to wincrease.com. Get your merch there. Stocks and Bars Podcast, wincrease.com. Everything is there. Hoodies galore, t-shirts, all of that. So check the merch out there. Also, make sure you sign up for my courses. I have a how to read a chart course, and I also have a chart pattern course. So sign up for both or either. Definitely, if you're a beginner, make sure you check out how to read a chart. All right, so let's go to these charts. It's been an awesome week. We're about to see if we can figure out what can happen next week. All right, yo, S&P, let's go. We closed at 4,084.65 cents, and we see the record high. So last week we talked about this, and when we talked about it, we were looking for the market to move lower, and check it. It did just that. It did move lower, but yo, we got movement back to the upside. Who saw that coming? Now, what's going to happen next? So in the wonderful world of technical analysis, what you need to understand at all times is that you know nothing, right? You know zilch. All you know is that the market is going to move. So when I do stuff like this, and what I teach anybody, is you have to understand what direction the market can go in either way. All right. When I have conviction, then I can load to the whatever side that is. In this case, we're going to make sure that we cover both sides. So let's check it out. We close near our old resistance. Okay, so now we need to see, is this going to continue to be resistance, or is this going to continue to move higher? Now, if we do go higher, we're going to have a price target to get at least to the next resistance level, which is around that 46 or 4,500 area. If we do continue to have this as resistance, and I think we will, this is going to continue to move lower and likely start to move back to retest those areas that we touched this week. So next week, upside target around 45. If the resistance holds, we're looking to continue to retrace the move that we made this week. All right, so that's the S&P. Let's go and check out the Russell, and we use ticker IWM. All right, so the IWM closed at 205 or 202.50, and we see the record high. All right, here's the pattern that we saw last time. We got continuation. Last week we were looking for the market to continue to move lower, and again, this one did the same. It tested the same area that we identified last week around that 190 area. It did that and bounced back. Okay, now we still have a bearish formation. Are we going to continue to move lower? I think that we will retest those lows that we made eventually. I don't know if next week, but I think we will make that move lower. Right now, we're still seeing some pretty strong weakness. That makes any sense. Now, I don't think that we're going to get above 210. If we do continue to move higher, this resistance will likely hold up. And that is strongly because you can see back here how it held the market up before. Now it's on the other side of it. It's likely going to serve that same strength, but now to the downside. So that is IWM. Let's check out how the Dow did, and that is $DJI. All right, so yo, the Dow did okay. It closed at 34,058.75, and we see a record high. So we've played this range for quite some time now. We busted out of it to the downside, and we made a pretty decent, that is a hammer candle or doji candle, however you want to call it. This is a gravestone doji. So if this is going to continue to the downside, we're likely going to see a move to retest those lows that we recently made this week. To the upside, as you can see, we've been in a range, so I don't think that this is going to get out of that range to the upside. I think we're going to continue to move lower next week. All right, and that's the Dow. Lastly, we're going to check out the Nasdaq, ticker NDX. The Nasdaq, what you close at? 14,189.16 cents, and we see that record high. of all the indexes, this is pretty much the weakest one currently because it closed underneath its resistance or old support, which is now resistance level, and it still is in its bearish formation of its H pattern, which is also called a bear flag. There's some confusion on that. H pattern, also bear flag. All right, so now what do we think? Retracement to the same levels that we just recently tested. Last week we were looking to see if it was going to get around this area. It moved lower and then came back and closed near it. Now the indexes, let's talk. All right, we got the S&P, which bounced higher, okay, closed still below the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern, right? And it's still in this bearish formation. Is it going to go to the upside? I don't think that it will hold, even if it does. So that's the S&P. IWM, we started to hang around that same 200 level that we've identified. Now, is it going to hold? I think that that's also going to continue to move lower. To the upside target, we could get potentially to 210. If it does get there, I strongly think that that resistance level will hold up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If not, we'll see what happens. All right, now, and also the Dow and the Nasdaq, they're also showing some bearish formations to show some weakness to continue to the downside. So all four indexes are still showing some weakness. We had a very strong pop to the upside towards the end of the week. That flash may give us a signal for the path to move lower. So that's going to be it for this week. Make sure that you enjoy your weekend. Get out there, spend some time with people that you love, and drink your water. Make sure you have your exercise. All of this stuff is very important. Health is wealth. I can't stress this enough. I love the market and all of that, but none of it means anything if I'm not healthy, all right? Make sure you stay healthy too. Enjoy your weekend. We catch you next week. Peace.